Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Adala, aka Shockwave. Today I'm bringing another DCS video, and it's a follow-up video to the dynamic decks video that I've done previously that you guys really enjoyed, and I would like to say that I'm very thankful for all the likes and comments and subscribes that came about from that video, which basically was went over 13,000 views for for a channel, a small YouTube channel like myself, where I usually get a couple hundred views. It was absolutely phenomenal. So I wanted to say, first of all, thank you for all the support and all the likes, and as a thank you to you guys, I wanted to bring you to work on this a bit further and bring you a follow-up how to use video on these dynamic decks. So for those of you who have not seen that other video, I will link it in the description. It's an introduction to what I was trying to achieve here, which essentially was the decks of these carriers in DCS a lot of times are empty like this, and in order to populate them, the way I used to do it, I used to just go ahead and for every mission I basically add static objects to the carrier. That's a very time-consuming endeavor, and I did kind of research, and I came across Red Kite's video on his Lua templates and that he created that enable you basically to modify and pre-populate carrier decks with templates. That video shows you how to do it, and so I went in and I customized it, and the way I've done it is I used radio menu items, which is one of the ways you can trigger the change in deck configurations. You can do it in other ways. You can have other sorts of triggers, any trigger that the mission editor allows you can do, but in my case I wanted to use radio menus. So I'm going to go ahead and show you right now how this works, and then in a follow-up video, if there's a sufficient request and demand, I will go ahead and basically show you how to edit and customize the templates to suit your own needs. Because, for example, I have like a couple Super Hornets on here, and if you don't want Super Hornets, then some of those templates you might want to modify for your own liking, but this video should do that. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is an empty deck, and so all you do is you pull up the radio menu here. I'll try to essentially you go to Other, and there is a sub-menu for deck layouts. So you click on that. One option is clear the deck, and all that does is it clears all of the deck from all static objects. Pretty self-explanatory. The next one is switch deck layout. You click on that, and it has a sub-menu divided into launch, flex and recovery, lock deck, and clear deck. I am no expert in naval aviation or carriers, and all I've done is I looked at a bunch of pictures that anybody can find online, and I've seen the most common deck configurations, and I've tried to replicate it. I'm not claiming that this is the way to do it, that these are the right configurations. This is just how I did it, and I encourage you to learn how to customize and do it your own way. But anyways, the basic idea is with launch, it's for mass launch events, and the recoveries are not possible because the back of the ship is blocked. Flex is you can launch and recover at the same time on the carrier using at least one of the two bow catapults. And then lock deck is basically just full of crap, and you can't launch or recover. I mean, I guess you can launch from cats 3 and 4. Clear deck is basically this with some more statics, but most of it is empty, and that's about it. So let's just go through quickly all of them. So launch, the way I've done this is it says launch and then it says how many spawns are available for multiplayer and which cats can be used. So for example, launch 4 spawn means there's 4 spawns available, cats 1, 3, and 4 are available. So let's go and do 2 spawns and cat 3 and 4. So here it is. So you can see cats 1 and 2 are completely full of aircraft. The 6-pack is full of aircraft, but 3 and 4 are free. All spawns are kind of taken except the elevator 3. And if you don't know your US Navy carrier deck nomenclature and what things are, go look at my previous video. It kind of explains it there. So I'm gonna assume that you know what those are. Anyways, that's the 2 spawn and cat 3 and 4 launch. The idea behind this is you and your buddy come in and you don't need more than 2 cats. That's it, and the deck looks freaking awesome. Alright, moving on. Other deck layouts, clear deck. Boom, it's over. Alright, then we go to switch deck layout again. It's hard to see there, but basically launch. We'll go to the second one. This one is 3 catapults and 2 spawns. It's basically like the other one, but one of the cats has been cleared because, you know, you can have more cats. Alright, clear. Other deck layouts, switch layout, and let's go to launch. The third one is 4 spawns. So this one has both elevator 3 and 4 free and cats 3 and 4. Again, the idea here is you have a flight of 4, let's say, you and your buddies. You want to go take off and you launch, when they start a mission, you launch from cats 3 and 4. It's going to have to be sequential, you can't do it all at the same time, but you know, look how cool the deck looks, right? So yeah, exactly. Switch deck layout, let's go and, nope. So when you always want to clear the deck before you do all this stuff, and then alright, so launch, we did this one, 4 spawn with 1, 3, and 4, same idea. Now you've got elevator 3 and elevator 1 free for spawning for 4 spawns. You got cats 1, 3, and 4. The idea behind this one is you can have even more than, let's say, 2 flights. You just can't spawn all at the same time. You gotta wait for the 4 guys to spawn in and move out of the way, go to their cats or something. But again, it's mostly for 4 spawns. I like to say at this point that all the cats do work, and basically the JBDs and stuff, they air crew or deck crew, they all work, right? So don't have to worry about that. All right, deck layouts, clear. All right. Launch. Alright, let's go to 9 spawn. Cats 1, 3, and 4. So 1, 3, and 4 are free, and you have 9 spawn points. Essentially 3 of the elevators and the patio. 9 people can spawn in on this one. So a lot more room if that's your thing. You have more people, that's what you do. Clear the deck. Launch. We're still in launch. Let's go to 11 spawns. There's 2 versions. One is with 3 cats. There you go. So you get all the elevators free, the patio's free, and you get 3 cats. If you're like, well, shit, I need 4 cats because we are in a hurry and we gotta have launch faster, then all you do is you go, you clear the deck, and you go to the one that has 4 cats available, and all the elevators and the patio spawn points. So this would be more practical for, you know, I mean, you can spawn an entire squadron at the same time if you had to. So 11 spawns, so that's good, and you know, the deck is more free, like, to maneuver if you have more players. So, but it's still cool. You still get like the 6-pack there, you got all of your statics, and you still got those cool Tomcats in the back because they're cool. And the only reason we do this is because it looks cool and realistic. Alright, clear the deck. I think that was the last of the launch. Now we go, if I look at the, switch deck layout, got the other one is flex and recovery. I put them in the same group. So these are going to be hard to see, but I'm going to basically go and through them real quick. So 2 spawn with these 3 cats, 4 spawns with 3 cats, 10 spawns with 3 cats, 9 spawns with 3 cats, and then recovery with 2 spawns and parking on cat 2. The reason behind the recovery only having 2 spawns is because, well, you're recovering, right? And if you need to spawn, the beauty of it is you can switch these on the go. If you're like, oh shit, we have 4 guys, we need like 2 more guys to spawn, well, boom, you switch the deck and you've got spawn points. I mean, this is, I think, a little bit overkill anyways, but anyways, so this one is the 2 spawns, so you can only have 2 spawns here, 3 cats available, but the main thing is the Tomcats in the back are gone, and you can land and take off at the same time. Use cat 2 to launch, and you can, kind of if you're doing carrier qualifications or something, there you go, you got that. So next one in the flex is 4 spawns. This one has elevators 1 and 3 available. So we got 4 spawns. Again, you're not supposed to spawn like crazy when you're doing flex ops anyways, so that should be sufficient. You've got 3 cats available to launch, 3 and 4 with intervals, and 1 when even during recoveries. And you also have parking available in cat 2 for those aircraft that have recovered. They can you can park at least 5 Hornets, 5 aircraft there, and you can also park on the elevators, I guess, if nobody's spawning, and on the point. So that's that. Clear deck. This one. Next flex one, I think is 10 spawns. So this is a 10 spawn flex deck. 3 cats available. Cats 1 and 3 are available. And I've cleared the 6-pack. So the 6-pack has 4 spawns available, and you can go ahead and park there, if you need to refuel, rearm, whatever. So this one is a very nice one. I really like this one. Plenty of room, but still have good enough aircraft. So yeah, it's good stuff. Next, we'll go to, I think there's one that's even more spawns than that. What is it? I guess it's the 9 spawn. That's an interesting one. I think this one is just, I don't know what the difference between the 10 and 9 spawn, but I guess this one has even more spawns or something. So, trying to think of, oh, I see what it is. The 6-pack. So we just changed the spawn locations. So now the 6-pack is not available, and so I've created more spawns in the back of the ship for parking and for all of that good stuff. So this one is a very free one, very cool. So yeah, that's a good one too. Alright, and then for the last one, if we go to flex recovery, the last one on is recovery. For recovery, this is really the best one. I don't see any need to have anything else. You've got 2 spawn points for whoever needs to spawn on a recovery. Really, nobody should be spawning in a recovery. And so elevator 3 is available for that if for whatever reason, but really it's for parking. So you land and then you go ahead and you park over there on cat 2. About 4 or 5 Hornets can park. Once those have parked, between cats 1 and 2 you can actually fit a whole other row of Hornets. They just gotta face like the bow of the ship. I don't know, you can probably fit another like 8 or 9 Hornets there. So there's plenty of parking. You're not gonna run out of parking. I mean, once you park, you're not gonna be able to move. unless you're in Cat 2 parking. But anyways, that's the idea, and this is recovery. And yeah, so last ones here. Let's clear the deck and go for alright, we got lock deck and clear deck. Alright, so lock deck, as I talked, this has got everything on it. You can only launch from 3 and 4. You can't spawn, you can't land. Essentially what you this like Adala, when the hell would you use this? Well, let's say you are on the deck, it's just you, and you know you want to use Cat 3 and 4, and you don't have to spawn or do anything, you and your wingman. Well, you just create this one, and then it's like super populated, super cool. You know, more aircraft the better. Anyways, that's the idea behind the lock deck. Last one is a clear deck. So we go to right here, you see, clear deck. And this one is, well, everything is clear except for your junkyard and your Hummer hole that have the Seahawks, the deck equipment, and the Hawkeyes. And then here you can see, I did see people asking about more static deck personnel. I did put some over here, hard to see, but on the LSO platform, put some LSOs there. But other than that, I didn't really know what to. I mean, the deck gets filled full of aircraft, so I didn't see too much value in that. But if you have suggestions on where you would put more people, then let me know. I might do it in future. What do you call it? Future updates, which I plan to do anyways. Making this one a series, calling them dynamic decks. I will do the Tarawa and maybe anything else that you know, carries any other aircraft carriers. I might do that and go from there. All right, real quick before we move on to the how-to on the mission editor, setting up. We're gonna probably do a quick demonstration. Choose slot. Let's go for the MH60. Alright, so I just wanted to demonstrate you know, how this would work. Like, you're flying, you're like, and you can do this like on the go, right? Whether you're on an airplane or in a helicopter. And so I'm just going to demonstrate that real quick before showing you how this works in the mission editor to set it up on your own missions. So I'm going to go in, and so here we are, radio menu. Let's clear the deck, and then let's go. Let's say this is a mass launch right now. Where is it? Launch. Boom. So let's say it's a mass launch, and then you want to come back, and I'm going to pre-prepare it, because flying a helicopter and using the radio menu are not the best of ideas. But essentially clear the deck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that I'm flying the here, let me just take off. So here we got a launch configuration with all Cats 1 and 2 taken and everything. You know, deck looks super cool. And let me zoom out a bit. So you can see, like, for example, let's pretend that you've taken off like in a Hornet or something, and you're done your mission, and now you're like, well, I gotta land back or whatever. Or let's say you have only 2 spawn points right now, which you can see there in elevator 3, and you're like, holy shit, I got like another 5 people that need to come in here, and I have nothing like what do we do? Well, easy peasy. First of all, let me trim the damn helicopter so I don't die. And then clear the deck. Boom, it's gone. And then you other deck, switch, and let's do a recovery. Boom. And there you go. So now you're in recovery. I mean, I don't think recovery adds spawn points, but you get the point. You could have chosen one of the other ones. But recovery would allow for aircraft to land because there's all those Tomcats are gone. And so that's how easy it is, guys. And in multiplayer, all you would need to do is whoever just initiate a protocol, right? Like obviously you can't do this in a public server where like you don't know people. But if you're in a squadron or something like that in a private server, all you have to do is say, hey guys, everybody, if you want to use the deck configuration radio menu, you must call out and ask basically for approval from everybody who's on deck, so that, well, it doesn't impact them. So and if you're here in the LA, in the landing area, you can basically do it, or in the air obviously. But like, let's say you're in the LA, right? If everybody's in LA, let's say you want to make sure nobody gets hit by a static or whatever. You're like, all right, there's 3 guys, everybody move to the LA, and then you switch and you're saying, all right, deck configuration changing, alert, 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 99, whatever, deck configuration changing, and you're like basically, well, you can do it, right? So when you're here, you can go back, deck layouts, clear the deck. So let's say you want to do like this flex 4, right? And you're like, I don't know, like maybe there's a guy who's about to launch or some shit, you don't know, or some guy who's spawned in one of the elevators. You're like, hey guys, can you come to the LA real quick? Or we'll switch deck configurations. Everybody's in LA, boom, you switch deck configurations, and the LA is safe, right? So you can just go, and now you have all this shit. Anyways, that's how I would use it, and I think the main thing is that it really helps save on time when building a new mission. It's just a couple lines of triggers, and you basically have all these statics available, and the aircraft looks great. Let's move on to the mission editor here. Alright guys, so this is where what the file is going to look like when I upload it to user files. I'm going to call it DCS Supercarrier Dynamic DAX 1.0, and in the future I will be probably updating them as I receive comments, or as I make improvements. But essentially what you're going to find is going to be a zip file with all this stuff in it. You just unzip it anywhere on your computer, and this is what you're going to find inside. The first one is going to be deck layouts, and this is all of your LUAs for each deck configuration. In customization, you're just going to find this master Lua template, which basically has everything from which all the other ones are made. Usually if you customize it, essentially you add delete lines based on these. Warfighter statics is just, Warfighter is CVN 73, and it's just the base, it's a base mission from which all static locations are taken and placed into these Lua files. So, but the only thing you're going to need for your missions is the deck layouts. Then you're going to need this remove all object to a specific prefix. It's another Lua script that you're going to need. And then you're going to need the Supercarrier Lua radio menu. This adds all the radio menus. And then the Supercarrier Lua demo mission is basically what I use to make the video. If you want to go and test it out, that's how it's made. You can see how it's made. Is this one in the background? Again, to access this, you're going to need the VSN F18 Super Hornet mod, the SH60B mod for the folded Seahawk, and you need the military aircrafts mod for the C2 Greyhound, so that you can have those. I'm going to link those in the description. Alright, going to the mission editor here. So what we see is this is the demo mission. So you just go click on set rules for trigger. As you can see, there's nothing on this. This is just my F-18 that I used to test, it's on launch, and then the helicopter. These are clients. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. So when I launch this uh, mission, essentially that's how you end up populating, but there's nothing on it there, right? Anyways, so you go to triggers. That's where all the magic happens. So in yellow you have your initial trigger. In red is the basically the removal objects trigger, and then all the greens are all the different deck configurations. You could have one, you could have 1,000. It's all up to you. I'm gonna do another video on how to customize all that. But if you want to set up a mission with this, all you have to do is copy basically all of these one mission start, all of these switch conditions. You can name them whatever you want, but essentially I named them all with the different configurations, and all you have to do is go in and recreate this, and you will see that working. So let's start by looking at the first one. Mission start, ship ID and deck layout radio menu is called. It's a mission start type. That's what it's called. There's no conditions. The actions are do script. All you need to do is say ship ID equals 1. So the way you're gonna find that out is you basically have to link it to your ship ID. So if you go and you click on your aircraft carrier, and then you click on this little info, you see that the group ID is 1, and so the ship ID will be 1. If your carrier has a different ID, you have to take it from here and put it into that first line. Okay, otherwise nothing's gonna work. So it says ID 1. This is the first thing I populated, but it might not be on your mission, so you gotta watch out. So again, you go here in this question mark, and that's where you put it. All right, so let's go back to triggers. So again, all you do script ID, ship ID, capital, just like this, equals 1. You have to do that. Next, do script file. So you do a do script file, and then this is the Supercarrier Lua radio menu. So click open. You basically go to where you've saved this folder, and you open up the Supercarrier Lua radio menu, and it basically attaches it to the script file, and that's what runs the menus. Alright, the next one, I'm going to cover one of them, and then all of these green ones are essentially the same. You just clone, you can press clone, and you just keep cloning them. You do one of them, you clone it, you rename it, and then you update these things. So all you got to do is for a switch, so first of all, it's a switch condition, right? Under the drop down, it's not once, repetitive, or mission start, it's a switch condition. You click that, you give it a name for your template, and then you, under conditions, you say flag equals 2, right? Value 1. So this means that flag 2 has a value 1 when, when flag 2 is activated from basically the radio menu, right? Then do these things. So what you're going to do is it's going to say do script file, launch, and then you go in and you basically load the script for that action. So in this case, it was launch with 2 spawns and cats 3 and 4 available, right? And that's the launch 2 spawn cat 3 4 dot lua file. Again, you open it and you go under the into that folder, and you under the deck layouts folder, and you find this file, and then you load it. Then the next one you have to set up is flag off, because once you've done that, you want to reset the flag. So you say action flag off, flag is 2. That's it. And all the other ones are the same. You go in, switch condition, you change the name of the layout, whatever you want it. I mean, it's got to match with mine here, but and then you say, okay, this one is flag 3. Condition is if flag is 3, value is 1. Then you want to do script file. You want to launch, which is this script launch 2 spawn cast 2, 3, and 4, because that's what this one is. And then you do flag off 3, so that once you activate that radio menu item, it turns off the flag, so it's ready for use again in the future. So that's all. You can see all of these are the same. They're going flag 5, flag 6, flag. Did I miss 7? No, there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, lock deck, and 15. So there's 15 flags, 15 layouts, 15 Lua files that you load, and all of this is in the radio menus script. So again, that's all you got to do. And then this last one is flag if equals 1 1. Then you basically do this, call up this remove all objects, which again is in that folder that is in the zip folder, and then you say flag off 1 once you've done that. That's it, guys. There's nothing to it. I mean, once you've put this in, it's not that difficult. You just put in your flags, you call up your scripts, follow this format, and you will have dynamic decks on your missions through the radio menu, as I have demonstrated. So, and then in the next video, if you guys want, I can go ahead and tell you how to edit these Lua files and what's the process to change the static locations and all of that stuff. But essentially, Red Kite did it on his video. I don't know why I would do it, but if you want a second video on exactly how I did it, how I implemented his scripts, then I can do that. It's just gonna take some time, so don't expect it anytime soon. Anyways, that is it. Again, thanks everyone for all the support for this script. I hope you enjoy it. Please do in the comments in the YouTube, go ahead and provide your feedback. If something's not working, or if you want to improve something, or you have a suggestion, go ahead. I might even leave a link to my Discord so that you can come and we can chat about it and see what we can do going forward. I do intend to also do it on the other carriers, and so stay tuned for those. And yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and hopefully you enjoy. Thanks, bye.